we're all Christians, and we know God has already written whatever's going to happen. So as we pursue this election, I would just like to say that let's stick to what's real, because I know I have been there, and for the last 8 years, there has been an attack on my husband. We have gotten threatening letters, threatening phone calls, because there are some outside this community who would like to see come back in this community as they have walked away. They want to control this community. My husband's not going to be controlled like that. Okay. So when you get up and do all that we need to be informed of what really is taking place here. They have come to him and offered him jobs at the county to get him out of that seat. There's 2 elections in a row, and he said no. He is very committed to this community, just like I'm sure Ms. Jackson is committed to this community. But it's not just the city of East St. Louis. We elect a state senator. That's right. We elect a state representative. That's right. Look at the whole big picture of what takes place in East St. Louis. And I normally don't get up, but I kind of had my share of some things with some people. The man is trying to do the best he can with what he has. First of all, we need a taxpaying citizen here who are committed, and folks who live here and don't live outside of this community, okay? Then we need to elect people who know how to make a decision. If you are an elected council person, make a decision. President is not a decision. It doesn't say nothing. Are you elected because you're scared? That's not why we put people down at City Hall. You're here to make informed decisions. We elect you because you have capability and skills to work with others. It's always going to be somebody there that you don't like. You can't, but that's part of being elected. You've got to make decisions. You've got to make compromise. When we get to this time of the year in the election, we get so overclouded by all that ugliness. It's not necessary. Stick to the fact. But I can guarantee we've had hate calls and letters. And the reason Senator Dick Durbin was here because my husband won't play the game he wants to play. So keep it real. Thank you. I'm sorry, Pastor. Yeah. Thanks, baby.
How long? 1 second. 60 seconds. Okay. You got anybody else have a 60 second statement?
I would just
okay.
like to say, I'm sorry, Pastor. I would just like to say I thank the church for Pastor Phyllis for allowing us to be here again today. There's much work that needs to be done. My relationship, I would like to say, I have no personal relationship with Senator Durbin other than we had a common interest. The legislation that came about with the closing of the clubs that was implemented, that was done before I even knew we had an interest in that, in the clubs closing early. I later found out that he also had an interest in closing the clubs early, but that relationship was formed after the work had been done. Let me say this, I'm very committed to doing what it takes. If I wasn't, that one piece of legislation right there would not have been passed. This race, we have a couple of more weeks to go, and it's been something else. I'm sure everybody who's running has received some sort of backlash, and some negative things have been said, untruths have been told. I know definitely for me, there have been a lot of things that have been stated that have not been true. So I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate being here.
Pastor, I just want to ask, Ms. Hicks, can you tell me where you stay in East St. Louis?
I stay in 1422 St. Louis Avenue.
1422?
Yeah, yes, let me tell you what's going on. I've been staying with my dad, my husband and I, and my children. I've been staying there for 8 years now. I purchased a house right across the street. Just like any other person that's coming back to live in the city, it's hard to find a place to live. So I purchased a home right across the street. That home is still under construction. I ran into a fraudulent contractor whom I'm currently in court with, who did not complete the work. So my parents have been gracious enough to allow me to be there. I've been there for 8 years now. because I was there before I got married.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my address.
Well taken, well taken. That's all. I think, our
City
treasurer.
clerk, and then we have candidates for the treasurer.
Okay. You know, we want to hear that system is going on. We want to get it.
Right. I have to say something like that. Do I have to get up there?
You want to ask a question? Okay. Right quick.
I was listening to Mayor Parks talk about the development. There was going to be some development in the Lansdowne Towers. I live in the Lansdowne Towers senior building. And
Towers now.
Surrounding area.
The surrounding area.
of
Yes, ma'am.
Lansdowne Towers. Is going to be, you know, the senior building that I stay in are very terrible. And that's from the East St. Louis Housing Authority.
Right.
Now, there have been a lot of crimes around that area. And for me, there are a lot of, now it's not called, to me, it's not senior buildings.
Right.
It's a mixed population.
Right.
So there are young people moving in those buildings. They are causing all kinds of problems. And to me, we are not safe. The seniors are not safe in those buildings. Those buildings have a lot of health problems. There are a lot of issues that we have to face. Sometimes when the elevators give out, people have to, the ambulance people have to take the people down the steps because the elevator's not working. We do have the housing authority security, but they are not in the buildings.
Right.
They are not, they are surrounding area, you know, they're outside, but, you know, I thank them for that, but it's still not doing any good.
Thank you. Well, I think you made your question clear. You want to switch to
Really good, ma'am. Everything that you stated is absolutely 100% correct. What has taken place is a couple of issues, and you pointed it out. They're no longer senior facilities. They're facilities now for everyone who wants to come and just needs housing. What has happened, and let me clarify one very important point. The housing authority is actually run by HUD, Housing and Urban Development.